He was the guy. He's the guy. But we'll talk about that later. Now we're going to the episode 2, ladies and gentlemen. Episode 2, which is called Lowak, which is a wonderful thing. I'm going to put it right here right now. Got little things in the background. Now we start in 1200 AD, exactly, somewhere in Kansas. And we find out there's a Choctaw stickball, which is kind of like rugby, football, and very violent. Now, Choctaw people were up by 5, kicking everybody's ass. Main person is Lowak, wonderful woman, athletic, anything else. Then they go to the back, who's roided up. All right, it's time for you to get that $20 million worth of money, boy. Get up. So he gets up, and this big roided guy comes out of nowhere and just dominates the field. And I love how they start. It's like basketball where the old guy goes in the middle and throws the ball up, but they're all like doing this at the same time to try to catch the ball, to put it in there and then run to the other place. The big guy is dominating in the beginning. It goes from 5-1 to 8 to the 7, and then it's tied 9-9. We find out this is not a normal match. Whoever loses gets banished from the lands, which is scary to realize that the people that were there in the beginning, basically the beginning of time, which is Choctaws, are going to be banished from America. Are you going to go to Canada or Mexico? I mean, that's not how it is. Mm-hmm. But during the final skirmish, and by the way, Lowak was very bratty, like, I'm going to lose. Like, he's got like, chill out. We're going to freaking win here. All right, get your head in the game. She, as I like to call it, the Jordan moment. Mm-hmm. She's in the ball right there, just doing it, and she's like, and then she gets the vision of Chafa, and then she gets the inspiration, does a Captain American move, basically just does a nice little roll flip over the whole group and wins.
Awesome.
It was awesome. We cut to Maya is enlisting Biscuit's help. I need this on the list, and that's it. Get the money. He goes to the grandpa and says, I need a camera. Oh, something small? No. Smaller? No. Small. Okay, I got it. All right, cool. So he gets all the stuff out there. He's still freaking out. I think this is the episode where he's trying to sell his PlayStation. No, that's after. That was after.
No,
I
do love what Scully says. He's like, he specifically says, like, this is some militia type shit here.
Yeah.
Like, why do you want this?
He's like, why do you have it? He's like, don't ask no damn questions. Just shut up. Okay. It's also cashing and a pawn place, and they accept gift cards. We get to everything else. This is really a very train episode. She gets all the equipment. She gets on the train. She finds out that fish shipping is in Oklahoma, and she just she needs to get on the train. That's her purpose. That's her mission, just to get on the train. After everything else that's happened, she gets on the train, and I did love the cinematography there, that while she's running, you hear nothing but her heartbeat. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, it's a freaking roaring train. Yeah. She dodges the guards and everything else. She gets to PX 987, the crate, gets inside, and we're thinking, when we both saw it, okay, she's going to steal something. She's there to steal something from Fist to get the better thing. But then she leaves, they cut to it, and then they cut her getting out of it, and she has nothing on her. No satchel, no book bag, no nothing. I'm like, okay, if she took something, what the hell is it? And then she's like, woohoo, I'm the best. Yeah. Because she was really happy getting the hell out of there. She tripped because at the same time before this happened, they showed a very long pause of the connecting thing of the train. They showed it a little bit too long.
Yeah.
Right.
Black. So when they went back to it, she fell and slipped. And I'm glad they did this to the metal one, that the connector crushed her metal leg, her metal foot. And at that moment, in a time of need, Lowak and Chafa came in, and her hands started glowing out of nowhere, like, what the hell?
Yeah.
And at that moment, she didn't have the strength of Captain America, say it like that, I'm putting air quotes here. But she timed it enough to get it off her foot. Mm-hmm. And it still worked. I don't know how biology works, ladies and gentlemen, but if you get crushed by a metal thing, it's destroyed. So whatever metal her foot is pretty badass, like Iron Man armor. You need to market that, honestly. Perfecto. And as she's limping, she jumps off the train. This is the most craziest part, though. Biscuits, they have a tracker on each other. Like, follow the tracker, find me, Biscuits. Biscuits gets lost. And then out of nowhere, he gets the ping. Sees the train on the left, and as I told you, he's about to take a hard left. Takes a hard-ass left. Goes straight to the train. and then he doesn't get on the tracks. I'm thinking get on the tracks, but that's gonna mess up your tires and mess up your axle.
It was cool what she did too.
Yeah.
She like stuck I was wondering why she did this. She stuck like the wrench or something in the gear so that he would see her.
Yeah.
Because she was like waiting for her ride. Like, come get me, bro.
Yeah. I'm already hurry up. And then I did like also the fact that it wasn't a straight jump shot. It was an angle shot. She had to jump and then go hard left and then make it just to make it. And then she did. And she used her foot too. She used a broken foot, kind of like a pirate stabber, like buck, and then rolled into it. And Biscuits is like, oh no, I think I killed my cousin. Oh no. Exactly. Biscuits had a lot of explaining to do. We'll get to that soon. Mm-hmm. He stops the car. First thing he does is to check on the dog. Are you okay? All right, you're cool. All right. Now let's check on Maya. I'm okay. And they did it. So they're like, all right, cool. Thank you, Biscuits. Biscuits is freaking out because now he has to get back. That's his grandma's truck, by the way, who's also a postal person. So he has to explain how the truck got messed up and everything else. We then cut to where the train left. We then cut to New York City. We cut to a guy named Thomas Zane. Or Zane Thomas, more like that. And he's like, all right, is the ship in here? All right, that's all good. Let's go. We're going to go outside. And as he goes outside, they open up the package that Maya opened too. And then we saw there's a nice little chemical thing a la Die Hard 3. Everyone gets that reference, you know what I mean? And then everything in that freaking factory, you know what I mean? Everything in that factory just blows the hell up except for Zane and his cohort. He gets up all pissed off, and it ends it right there.
I thought she was just going to, like, spray paint a message on a train car.
Yeah, because she did a message. Now, your thoughts on this episode as a whole? Because it was a really short episode. It was really just a train episode.
Yeah, I mean, the action sequence was really cool. This is where we realized it started to feel like a video game, kind of like the way it was. The show was set up. But I will say, like, the scene where she's jumping from the car, like, the one shot doesn't even do it justice. Like, you think that the car is almost directly behind it, but it's like here's the car and then here's the train. Like, she did a diagonal jump. So that was impressive,
which was awesome.
So I liked the episode overall. It was pretty cool.
Little added on thing there too. The grandma finds out that Maya's in town, and Biscuits, being Biscuits, finds out that he's in town because after all this happened, I forgot to say this, Biscuits is on the radio saying, I got a semi brand new or mint condition brand new I think it was PS3 or PS4. No, PS, it was PS4. PS3. PS3 for like $125. Okay, $100. All right, anyone can pick this up. And then Bonnie's like, what are you doing, dude? Why are you selling your PlayStation? Oh, I need it because of this. And they're like, why'd you break the car? Maya. What do you mean? What'd you say, Maya? I can't hear you. Like, that doesn't work that way. And then he hangs up. So those two are realizing it. Kevin, your thoughts?
Yeah, this episode I liked it because it showed what was Maya's mission at back home in her, and of course, and by the way, who the hell kept the lights on in that place all those years? There were 20 years gone, and not even an ounce of dust. I got to find out who was their housekeeper because man, you got 20 years. That place was pretty much clean. It was a little, it needed a fresh coat of paint, but I digress. To see her mission statement, wanting to take down the Kingpin Empire. Her uncle, not a good idea. Don't bring a war to this territory. Again, Maya didn't care about, like you said earlier, didn't care about her family. It was just her personal vendetta. Her own. She didn't give zero care about her family. That's why, and I like that this episode mentioned that or unfolded why she was there. And we'll see it at the end that it was to bomb and take the armory down of the Kingpin, of all his weapons and whatever was being manufactured out of Oklahoma. I also like the fact that she's putting her cousin on a mission, gives him a boatload of money, like you mentioned. Oh, this is some militia crazy stuff. And I like that they introduced the grandfather back into it. He's the guy who would run the pawn shop, fixing things. At that point, he finds out Maya's back. And well, because eventually, because of the leg crush, because Biscuit brings the leg and he starts to fix it for her.
Yeah.
I like the fact that he goes, don't tell Bonnie that because she's gonna be heartbroken. Also telling him, this truck belongs to Grandma. It's a postal. All the little different details explaining in that episode, all the different details at the moment. I like the fact where when like you mentioned, jumping from train to train, getting stuck. I know we see her powers unlocking now. She was held back, currently bent on
Yeah, that's pretty funny. That was a good joke. A little bent because her knees bent.
Let me ask this here: was that an adrenaline, or was it a power, supernatural power? You know, because they say when you have adrenaline, people could pull up cars above your head, and of course, she separated the train. We've seen that there. A little bit of realism with a little of fantasy at the same time there. I like that. I like the fact that when she had to make a decision, there's a damn tunnel coming up. And Biscuit is going like you going in there, you pushing that damn truck fast, and you're going to that wall of the tunnel, and then that's that whole action scene when she jumps, like you said, curve, and then he just turns it hard, and the dog. And I love it. He didn't give a care about. He cared about the dog, Billy Jack, and I was like, oh, that's so cool. Man and best friend. But other than that, this episode set it up. With now when she blows up all his stuff. They didn't know he's still. She don't know he's alive. Don't know if there's going to be any retaliation. She thinks that she just really crippled that whole organization there. And I don't know if she sent that it was over in her mind at that point. Like, I blew them up. They got blown up. Maybe I'm just going to, you know what? I'm going to leave here. I'm just going to disappear. We don't know because we don't know what she's thinking at that moment to set up for the next episodes coming up. So I'm like, okay, the plot is going to thicken. But at least we find out why she was there and how Manny, her uncle, didn't want that war to come to the city there. And then, like you said, Biscuit spilled the beans about selling his PlayStation, desperation. And why didn't you just go back to Maya and say, yo, I need money to fix this car? I mean, she just gave you a boatload of cash. Why didn't you just go ask her to get more money to fix the bumper instead of selling your PlayStation? And then he spilled the beans about Maya being there. It's like, oh my God. So that I like that cliffhanger and set it up, and then we're ready to go to the next episodes there.
True. And the next episode's called